So, folks, let's just talk a little bit about the fact that OpenAI has officially shut down its Sora generative AI film generator, uh, whatever you want to call it, I guess. But it's very, very funny. So basically, the AI film industry has been dealt a colossal blow. So basically, I just want to throw out there, guys, this is a big deal, right? Because what was going to happen here is that Disney had entered into an agreement with OpenAI to license Disney characters and products through Sora to allow them to like just generate infinite content based on Disney properties. For this, it was basically a $1 billion investment into Sora. Disney pledged to invest $1 billion into OpenAI and Sora in order to make this happen. And that happened last year. Since then, I don't know if any money actually changed hands, but this basically is killing OpenAI's attempt to break through into motion graphics, film, whatever you want to call it. I feel like using these terms. The reason I'm kind of stumbling around what terminology to use is because it feels weird calling AI film or anything like that. It's just generated garbage, essentially. What we are now seeing is the implosion of Sora because it cannot sustain itself. To kind of get an understanding of what was going on financially with Sora, they were asking people to subscribe for $20 per month to generate AI videos. Every video generated, every 60-second video generated by Sora cost OpenAI $18. And so if you have users who are only paying $20 a month and are costing you like almost as much money every single time they use your product, this was not sustainable. This was not sustainable whatsoever. And so, without this $1 billion investment, Sora just was an expensive money pit. That's all it was. You know, you have to imagine that the premise of Sora was that they were going to just use this at a loss as like a marketing gimmick in order to try and get companies like Disney to heavily invest in it, improve it, etc., and like win over the entire Hollywood industry to be paying into Sora as the actual way that the company made money off of this. And it turns out Hollywood was not too keen to give up their IP rights and allow people to infinitely generate content using Sora. And this was, in fact, a majorly doomed endeavor. So the company put out a statement. We're saying goodbye to Sora, to everyone who created with Sora, shared it, built the community around it. Thank you. What you made with Sora mattered, and we know this news is disappointing. We'll share more soon, including timelines for the app and API and details to preserving your work. The Sora team. Like people to really put a cap on this, people were saying this was the future of cinema. This was the future of everything. And like it just wasn't. They had an AI film festival. Yeah, they were trying to build this as like this is how movies are going to be made in the future. And it just wasn't. It just wasn't at all. You ask Disney, the company that ruined copyright law just to keep a cartoon from entering the public domain as long as possible, to give up their IP rights. I mean, yeah, that's essentially what it means to have your products and ideas and properties put into and up for grabs in a film generator. You're basically just giving up the rights to all that shit because infinite things can be generated out of that. You know, it's it's wild. It's just wild. Um, I don't think this Sora, I think, only launched like last fall, so it's been less than a year before they have to shutter this. Which also means that the amount of money being hemorrhaged by Sora just alone is probably astronomical. We might never know how much money was flushed down this pit. It is incalculable. Incalculable. I just also want to throw out there that the fact that this failed when it was one of the premier efforts of OpenAI indicates exactly where the AI industry is going. They couldn't make this profitable. The entire AI industry itself is not profitable. There is nothing going on in AI right now that justifies the level of investment that is returning profits to those who are using it. Like, it is genuinely just the circle in the drain here. And my hope is we're going to start seeing more and more of this because clearly Disney did not believe in this once they started looking at Sora in depth, right? Like, Disney backed out of this deal, and I assume are saving most of their $1 billion, and it's going to, frankly, I think we're going to start seeing the seams more and more coming apart when it comes to the AI industry, because no one is making money on this except, of course, speculative day traders. That's it. People who are trading on the boom and bust nature of the news, they're the ones making money off of all of this. It doesn't matter. There are open source video generative models that if you have the hardware, you can run it. I mean, look, you can certainly try and run this yourself, but the issue is it's always going to remain shitty. The only way that this technology gets better is with trillion-dollar AI data centers. And even with a lot of those being built, the technology still sucked. It still sucked. So, like, what's going to happen here is you're just going to have shitty clones and copies of Sora bumping around. It's not going to be that useful. It's just going to get worse as people copy and copy and copy and lack with every iterative copy the actual training data for these models. Is the bubble popping? Are we free? You know, I would argue that it is potentially possible that this is one of the early signs of the bubble popping, especially given oil costs going up as a result of the Iran war. And I think we could be seeing the bubble pop, especially if energy prices go way up. So we'll have to see. But I do find this all very, very funny. Do I need to stock up on potatoes now? I mean, I bought a bunch of beans and rice. So that's my take, all right? The AI hurt itself in its confusion, absolutely. None of these companies are going to be able to survive this. None of the AI companies are going to be okay. Oh, generative AI is not going to go away. I just think that generative AI as like a consumer facing like replacement for like social media and general work is not going to pan out whatsoever. People are already having to be brought in to like replicate the work that AI did substandardly. You know, it's not going to get better from here. All that being said, folks, I just think it's great. And not only that, I do also take some pleasure in this particular story, which is, you know, man who coined the metaverse now says meta glasses are creepy. People don't like wearing things on their faces and don't trust those who do. This is coming from Neil Stevenson, who wrote the Snow Crash back in 1992. And I think it's very funny in a dark way that the guy who basically wrote the book on, hey, don't do Snow Crash, don't make a metaverse, this is a bad idea, has lived to see his idea completely and utterly vindicated by the worst megacorps on the planet. And not only that, his main takeaway is people really hate shit on their faces. And the people who show up at your parties wearing these things on your face, on their faces, are creeps and weirdos and are not to be trusted. It's incredible. It's incredible. Just, I mean, he's not wrong at all. It's just, I feel like the writing is on the wall here when it comes to like the most evil technology companies on the planet right now. They're all just continuing to try to be evil, but with diminishing profits. And at some point, something's got to give. All that being said, folks, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click the buttons, and leave a comment longer than 8 words. Really helps in the algorithm for whatever reason. Do a little dance or a jig on top of the grave of Sora. And folks, last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up. I don't know why I said ground so weird. For trans femmes. Also tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks, etc. Go check it out. It is non-tucking lingerie that is elegant, beautiful, and sexy. Check it out. Link down in the description, and let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, being, flame more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and